Hey, you. Hey. Hey. Got what you need.
What do you have that I need?
I got what you need, man. Got what you need. I got some 9cc's in here, man. I got what you need. You want some? You want to see what I got? Nah, I got 4 9cc's, man. Carry comps, man. I got what you need. I got the Springfield, man. I got the Canik. Man, I even got the SIG and even the Smith & Wesson, man. All carry comp. What you got? I got what you need. What you need? I take it what you, man. What you give me for these, man? What you give me?
All I got is bacon, egg, and cheese croissant.
Man, you give me food? I take it, man. It's all yours. I hope Anthony gets here soon. I could use some food.
Yo, Doug.
Hey, Anthony, you're here. I couldn't wait to find you or see you, cause boy, am I hungry. What you got for me?
I got something better than food, Doug.
There's nothing better than food.
I got some guns.
Where's my sandwich?
That's the funny thing. It cost me the sandwich to get these.
That homeless guy out there?
Homeless tweaker, one of them.
Man, he's ugly, isn't he? Horrible.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what you got anyway. We'll see if it's worth it. Oh. Carry comps. Let's test them. Hello everybody, welcome back to Battery of Arms. I'm Doug, this is Anthony, and today's special guest, we have 2 special guests today. We have my brother and the El Padre, right here from New York. Yeah. Alright, so the first test today on our guns, we actually have, I'll show you what we got. We have 4 carry comps today. We have the Canik METE MC9 Prime, the Springfield Hellcat Pro Comp, Smith & Wesson Shield Plus carry comp, and the SIG Sauer P365X macro. All 4 of these guns are micro compact by definition. Is under an inch or under wide. They all have compensated barrels, all except for the ported barrels, all except for this SIG, which is has a compensated slide. That's the only difference. But all these are in the same class. It'd be cool to put all 4 of these guns together for you. So we're gonna start with full mag plus 1. We'll fully stuff these guns, 1 in the chamber with a full magazine. Sometimes they're really hard to load, or they have issues feeding when you have a full mag stuffed into it and 1 in the chamber, I've noticed. So we're gonna start with the Canik. So here's the Canik METE MC9 Prime. I'm gonna load it up. It is chambered. I'll put the 17th round into the magazine. We're gonna go for 7.5 yards. Top circle. Let's see how it functions. You ready?
Ready?
Everybody's ears in? All right. Ready, Anthony?
Ready.
All right, flawless. Nothing wrong with that. Comes empty. Next we have the Springfield Hellcat Pro carry comp. Oh, that goes in kind of hard. And I am using sterling steel case ammo. I'm gonna chamber this. Chamber just fine. Load. This is a 15 round magazine. All right, load it up. You ready?
Yep.
Bottom target, 16 rounds. Empty. Next we have the Smith & Wesson carry comp. I have actually not shot this one either, I forgot about. We have the 13 round magazine. That goes in pretty easy. Chambered. Put that down. We'll load the magazine to full capacity. And we'll go in to shoot the left target, top. seven and a half yards. Ready?
Yep.
What happened here? Failure to extract. All right, well, we'll have to check on that one. Failure to extract with a full, huh?
Maybe the magazine wasn't set in all the way.
No, it could have been. We'll try that again later. Give it time for redemption. Now we have the SIG 365X macro, the most expensive out of the bunch. Full mag, 17 rounds. You can tell it's wore in because I went in easy. All right, 7.5 yards, bottom target. All right, empty. All right, so the Canik, we have a little all to the left. Pretty good grouping for pretty fast shots. The Springfield, these two, the Springfield I shot better. You can tell the Springfield's got a tighter group and it's centered. I actually like the Springfield. And over here we go to Smith & Wesson. We are all in a pretty tight group as well. And then the SIG had a little high right here. But all in all, they all shoot pretty good. I think the Hellcat Pro shot the best though. Moving on. All right, so full mag plus one, we have our chart here, and we're gonna wait for subjective field to the end of the video. With the full mag plus one, right now the Canik gets, oh, that ain't good. The Canik gets a 5. The Springfield gets a 5. The SIG gets a 5. Smith & Wesson right now, I'm gonna give it a halfway at the moment. Just because it did fail to feed and extract. Well, even if it wasn't a magazine, it failed to eject the shell completely. So what I'll do is I'll give this a redemption. And if it's flawless, I'll give it a 4. But if it does it again, leave it at 2.5. All right, so our next test is practical accuracy. We're gonna do a 3-shot groups at a 1-inch square from 7.5 yards away. We'll get these loaded up and we'll see who's a better shot, either me or my brother. Here we are back with our practical accuracy. Now this is gonna be taking that time, 3 shots, like I said, at 7.5 yards, shooting at the 1-inch squares down there. At about 5 to 7 yards, the front post takes up that whole square. So I wanna see how I can be practically accurate. We're gonna start once again with the Canik. Now, I'm partial to Canik, everybody knows that. I really hope this is my favorite. But as of right now, it seems to be changing. So, you ready? Yep. We'll go from 7.5 yards, starting at here. And we're gonna be, I believe, the left square, right? I did not zero these, somebody else did. So I think we're worried more about groupings than we are of accuracy, yeah. So, ready?
Yep.
I'm gonna turn the brightness down because it's awful. It's a big dot. Well, that's... This is going to be the Springfield Hellcat. Right target, right square. Right?
Wrong.
Wrong. Next is a Smith & Wesson. Left target, is it left square?
Yeah.
Left target, left square. 3 rounds. Smith & Wesson Shield Plus Carry Comp. Alright, next is going to be the SIG P365X Macro. Left target, right square. Right?
Yep.
Right. Starting off with the Canik. The grouping's pretty good, but it's probably, see, I pulled left here, so probably the red dot wasn't zeroed, but so it's pretty good grouping. The Springfield was actually almost the same, about 2.5 dug fingers. Let's go down here to the Smith & Wesson. About 2.5 dug fingers as well, but the SIG seems to be zeroed the best, but it has a more spread out group. I'd say an average for a defense gun, they're probably about even so far with the actual accuracy. Now we're going to put 2 fresh targets up. We're going to get my brother's opinion on these guns, and we'll make that a small part of the video. Alright, so we're going to put some target up for my brother. His target, but I'm not saying anything. Alright, we're going to put these up. Don't start. Don't start. You're going to go in timeout. You want to be here all day? Alright, before we get to my brother shooting, like who cares, right? We're going to do 1 through 5 dugs on the practical accuracy. I hate to say this, but I don't think the Canik is the most accurate in my hands so far. I'm going to give this I'd say 7.5 yards. I've shot better, but I'm going to give it a 3. The Springfield was actually the better. I'll give that a 4. The Smith, it was about the same as the Canik. I'll give it a 3. And the SIG, I'll give that a 3.5. Just because, no, it's not. Yeah, 3.5. Just because I think the Springfield so far is shooting the best in my hands. On to Ricardo.
Small part of the video is hopefully big impact.
Probably don't even hear you because you don't have my mic on.
Well, you can dub me, whatever you want to say.
Hang on a second.
Small part of the video, hopefully big impact.
All right.
Give me the big one.
Canik is first. Lost my glasses though. I guess I wear these ones.
Those will have to do. Okay, there we go. Alright, here we go.
Low expectations here. Come on. All right, next one. Next one is going to be Springfield Hellcat Pro Comp.
Bottom one, right?
Bottom one.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Bottom target. All right, next one is going to be
I like that one.
Smith & Wesson Carry Comp. Top target, left-hand side.
Ready?
Ready. Just load it. Oh, hang on. Let me see the bullet. Well, that's interesting. Hold that.
We have a...
Did not have a primer strike.
Oh.
There you go. Load it up. Now it is chambered, so just continue to shoot.
All right, ready?
Oh. Is it not striking the primer?
Must be not.
If this continues, we'll have to switch to brass case and see if that makes a difference. Try it again.
Try again.
Not looking good for Smith & Wesson. All right, next is, last but certainly not least, well, it is last, the SIG 365 X Macro.
Ready?
Ready. All right.
Let's see how bad I did.
Canik. Low.
Yeah. It's in the target range though.
Springfield. Smith & Wesson. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4.
We got 4.
You missed. SIG.
It probably went right in the middle. SIG Sauer.
All right, let's go back here and you can do a quick talking about it and rate them.
That's pretty damn good on that SIG.
All right, I guess I got to give him my rating on these, which, I mean, who cares, right? That's what he said. All right, so the first one, Canik, I managed to leave all 5 shots within the circle. Wasn't really too tight of a group, so I'm gonna probably agree with Doug. We'll give that a 3. Springfield, kind of the same thing. They pretty much all got within the circle there. Not too tight of a group for me. I'm gonna give it a 3. Smith & Wesson, shot 5 times. We found only 4, but I mean, one of them could have went into the same hole because I'm that good of a shot. With that said, since we can't prove that, I guess I'll give that a 2 for accuracy.
Oh boy.
Now the SIG, all 5 shots were in the circle, and they actually were all pretty much in the smaller circles. So I'm gonna have to give that a 4 because they were all, you know, super tight. But that was the best one. Super tight's good.
What is that up? All right, give me this back. I'm the star of the show.
If you say so. Everybody knows your views go up when I come on.
The world is right now. All right, so I can't really see what this says. All right, so trigger control. This is gonna be a fast shot group, okay? Fast shot group. We're gonna do 5 rounds because we all know I seem to shoot better when I shoot fast. I'm gonna put some new targets up. We're gonna do the same thing. This time we're gonna shoot super fast. All right, now it's gonna be the sights and trigger control. We do have red dots on these, but we're gonna see how fast we can reacquisize. New word, reacquisize the target. We're gonna pull up. I'm gonna shoot 5 shots as fast as I can, as accurately as I can. I'm not gonna like, wah, but I'm gonna go, you know, wah. So, 5 shots, starting with the Canik METE MC9 Prime. Optic's still tight and optic is still on. I don't know how zeroed these are, but once again we're going with grouping size. Just because I'm not sure how zeroed these are. But grouping size is good enough, and how close I can get the bullets together. So Canik first, 7.5 yards. You ready? Everybody good? I want you to give me a beep, Anthony. Give me my beeper again. Once again with 2 ports for a real beeper. Ready?
Ready. Right time. Stand by.
Is that 5 shots?
What?
Is that 5 shots?
Felt like 3.
You load 5 or 3 in these?
5.
Somebody can't count.
Oh, I see. Wait. There's like 5 in there.
Oh, wow. Okay, never mind then. Just didn't feel like it. All right. Next up, Springfield Hellcat Pro. Same thing. I really want to like the Canik, but it feels snappier than these so far. All right, bottom target.
Stand by.
It's not as fast as I can go, but it's accurate and as fast as I can go. Next is going to be the one we've had issues with so far, Smith & Wesson Shield Plus.
Stand by.
No issues then. Next is the SIG 365X macro, the one I do not want to like. All right, bottom target.
Stand by.
All right. All guns are empty. Let's take a look down there. All right, so fast follow-up, fast shots. The Canik kind of had a large spread. The Springfield, these 4 shots were good. That was the last shot I pulled on. I felt myself pull down the last shot. So, as usual, we're going to eliminate the flyer. Just want to see what the group consists of. Springfield's better than the Canik so far with shooting. And then we have the Smith & Wesson. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got extra holes in here.
That's from the SIG, and this is from the SIG. That's from.
We got an extra hole.
Wait.
So the Smith & Wesson, I think, so far is the flattest shooting one, I think. The SIG, I have never been the best shot with a SIG. But if you eliminate the flyers, the Canik was the worst, then the SIG, and then the Spring, then the Smith. Let's go put them in numbers down here. I'm gonna try to edit this to be a little faster for you, but sight trigger control, the Canik is snappy, and I think the porting in the comp barrel is not big enough. It's good for the size of it, but if you're gonna put holes in the barrel, you gotta make the holes worth something. So I'm gonna give the Canik a 3. The Springfield, I really like the Springfield, the way it shoots. I'm gonna give the Springfield and the Smith both a 5 because they both shot really good and they feel good when they shoot fast with them. The SIG, once again, I seem to shoot SIG I'm not gonna give it the meh though because I actually hit the target. So I'm gonna give the SIG, I think we'll give that a, I was better with the Canik though, right, than the SIG on that shooting. So I'm gonna give it a 2.5. So now we're gonna do felt recoil. We're each gonna do, I'm gonna set up the slow motion camera as well, and we're gonna shoot each gun, and we're gonna determine how it feels, the recoil wise. Once again, we'll see you back. All right, we have our slow motion camera going. And essentially, I'm gonna try to line up with like these holes in the wall, and we'll see the recoil in slow motion and real time, and I'll tell you how I feel about it at the end. You ready?
Ready.
Okay, it's recording. Canik. Now removing the magazine so it cycles. Is that good?
You're on line.
The Springfield. Ready?
Ready.
Lined up on camera?
Yep.
All right, that is the Springfield Hellcat Pro. Next is the Smith & Wesson. Lined up?
Yep.
All right, next is the SIG Sauer 365X Macro. You ready? We're lined up? Yes?
Fire.
Felt recoil. The Canik had most recoil of all of them, but it wasn't bad. So I'm gonna give it a, for micro compact, I'm gonna give it a 4, because it still felt good. The Springfield Hellcat and the Smith & Wesson, those two are awesome. They have awesome recoil impulse. I'm giving both of them a 5 for the felt recoil. Now the SIG, I'd say it's almost the same as the Canik. Maybe about the same. I'd say about the same as the Canik. Would you concur on that? About the same?
I'd say about the same.
So the guns, since you've shot these, do you think that those ratings are good?
Yeah, I think they all shot pretty good, but I would agree with the ratings you gave.
All right, so one more thing we're gonna do is we're gonna load the Smith & Wesson to capacity once again, and we're gonna see if we have issues with this. So this gun's have been fired and they have been oiled. So we're gonna load this thing up one more time. We're gonna give it some redemption and see how it functions. Be right back. All right, so this is redemption for the Smith & Wesson, because he had issues with it, I had issues with it. It is oiled. We're gonna run some more steel case ammo through it. See. That's super tight. All right, you ready? I'm just gonna unload on it.
Double check the magazine.
It's in. You ready?
Yep.
No issues. So I am confident to say that this gun is just brand new, hadn't been fired a lot, and we use a steel case ammo. I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt. We'll come in the future with the guy who owns the gun. If he has issues with it, we'll come back to that. But I'm going to give this now, wait, right here?
Yeah.
Go from a 2.5, we'll give it a 4. Just because I think it won't have any more issues with it. I believe we're done with the shooting aspect of this video. We'll meet you in the classroom. We're going to talk about how the subjective feel, how the gun feels in each hand, our individual rating, and the final score with a fish. We'll be right back in the classroom.
Editing magic.
Let's see what you want to do. You want to teleport again?
Teleport.
Hey, is it?
Where the hell's Doug? He said he was going to be here. I see him drop in.
I know. That teleporting is getting more and more of a bitch each time. Oh shit, where's the sign? Oh, there it is. Delayed reaction. So, we are here on our final thoughts of these 4 carry comps with the Springfield, Smith & Wesson, Canik, and SIG. And we do have our little chart right here. So we're gonna get something out of the way right now. We have our aftermarket support. We're gonna talk about aftermarket support right now. With the Canik, now that's a two-way street. Either you need aftermarket support or the gun's too good, you don't need to worry about it. Now with the Canik, you have basically everything aftermarket wise that's gonna be available for the gun. There's not too much more available. What I would do, if it were me, is I would port the barrel a little more. So for aftermarket support, I'm gonna go halfway. It's a horrible 2.5, because there's always more to be done. The Springfield Hellcat. Now, to my knowledge, the Hellcat Pro does have triggers available. There is some internal springs that you can do, but there's not a whole lot you can do with it. So I'm gonna give it the same rating as the Canik. Smith & Wesson, that has nice porting on it already. Good texture. It's got a decent trigger on it, but the only thing you can really change on those that I know of is the trigger. There's not much more you can do on those. So I'm gonna give it a 2, just because they don't make a thread barrel for that long of a barrel. There's not much aftermarket support for it. Now the SIG Sauer X Macro. SIG has all kinds of aftermarket support. There's companies making grip modules, because this is a removable trigger assembly. The grip module can be changed out, different sizes, colors, shapes. You can buy different slides, different barrels, different sights, different triggers, different flared mag wells. It's not quite a Glock, but you can do a lot with it. So in that case, you can't do everything. I'm gonna give that a solid 4, just because SIG does have good aftermarket support. Now, when it comes to the feel of the gun, I'm going to say that the Canik feels the best in my hand. I just like the way the Canik is, the thickness. The Canik is definitely number 1. I'm going to give Canik a 5 for feel. I just think it feels amazing. The Hellcat Pro, it feels really good, a little smaller of a grip, a little more squared off. I'm going to give it a 4, because I always like the way this Hellcat Pro feels. The Smith & Wesson, I'm going to put it right there with the Hellcat. I think it's a 4. Now SIG, if anybody knows me, knows I'm not a huge fan of how small the SIG grip is. I think it's too small around. It kind of puts too much pressure in the palm of my hand. So I'm going to give that one a 3, just because I don't think it's the best at all. Now we're getting into our personal words,
Opinions.
Personal opinion.
opinion, or what we think of these guns.
Subjective.
Well, just, yeah, you know, no bias here at all. That's why I have him, because he doesn't know anything. COVID. Now this is after we shot. My numbers have definitely shifted a lot. I'm gonna give the overall opinion on the Canik on a 5. I hate to say this, but I think I'm gonna give it a 3.5. 3.5, just because I don't think that the porting did enough. And I think that the Canik LS would just be fine enough. And you don't have to pay an extra $150. Especially if you have an optic on it, night sights are kind of useless anyway. Hellcat Pro, that completely flip-flopped. I really like the Springfield Hellcat Pro. I really like it, but I don't think it's perfect. So I'm going to give it a 4. The Shield Plus, kind of disappointing. The Shield Plus, the shooting was great. I think it was decently accurate. It feels great. Trigger's good, but the issues we had with it in the beginning kind of made me do I want to? So I'm going to put it at a 3.5, just because I know it's a Smith & Wesson, and if there were any issues, it could be fixed. And the SIG, you know, I don't really care for the SIG too much. I like the way it feels, it shoots good, but for the price point, I think you get a lot more for these choices. And we're talking quite a bit more, you know. So I'm gonna give it a 3 just because of that. And remember that these three here are on the same price point. If you look at my numerals here, 1 C note per line. So you gotta use your imagination. I can't tell you how much these cost on YouTube. You have 5, 6.5 here, 5, 6.5, 5, 6.5. Then you have 9. And that's the suggested price. So the more lines, more money. All right, Ricardo, tell us in a quick summary what you think. Starting with the Canik.
With my limited amount of time with these guns, I would have to agree with the Canik 3.5. Springfield, I would probably also say probably a 4. I did like that quite a bit. Now the Smith & Wesson, I had a couple issues with it, a couple of misfires for me, and since it wasn't the most accurate for me, I'm gonna have to go lower than that. I'd have to say probably a 2.
A 2, oh yeah. Boy.
And if I can't shoot it, based on my personal experience here.
He does carry an FN 509, so his opinion doesn't count.
Like you said. And the SIG Sauer, I was most accurate with that. And I personally liked the SIG, the way it felt. So he went with a 3. I'm actually going to rate that probably the highest for me in the 4.
Oh.
Tied with the Springfield.
All right. And now I'm going to do a quick number for the money-wise. I think we'll just do like a 1 for cheaper, 2 for more expensive. I mean, 1 for more expensive. So 1 point. I think that's fair. Price point. To have a 2-point scale, because these are the same price.
Yeah.
That's more expensive. I mean, and that matters too.
Yeah, price, yeah.
Because if you're putting these two about the same, you go cheaper. I would. Now the weight doesn't matter. You're talking about within an ounce of each other about. So the weight, we're not gonna do the scale. I mean, number on that. But we're gonna tally up our final numbers. And we'll be right back. In the crazy turn of events, our numbers will astonish even the craziest of people. Finishing in first place by 4 points is the Springfield Hellcat Pro Comp. Coming in a close second to the third place is the Canik. Third place is a SIG. Fourth place is a Smith & Wesson. I think that's pretty accurate. I would say overall the Springfield is the best shooting gun here.
Yeah, it was a nice shooting gun.
So I think that has to do it for the 4 carry comp video. I'm glad we could get this together and all the people who let me use these guns. The only gun here that's mine is the SIG. Every other gun was borrowed from a customer of mine. I'd like to thank them for loaning these guns to me. And I have a lot of cleaning to do ahead of me. If there's anything else you want to see done with comparisons, you let me know. If there's anything else that could have done different, or if you think that these numbers are wrong and what you think is the best, let me know in the comments below. Anything you want to add to that?
Send all the hateful comments criticizing Doug's opinions and also her.
Yeah, but criticize has more.
Feel free to criticize me. I'm all about it.
There's 2 people in this world. You have the cashier and the customer. The customer goes in, yells at the cashier takes in, the cashier goes and shoots everybody. He's that kind of person, so be careful when you do that. So, is that it then? Anything else? Anthony, anything to add to that?
Nope.
All right. So once again, I'd like to thank you for watching this video. If there's anything else you want us to do, let us know below. And we'll see you report on the battery next. I'm Doug. This is Ricardo. Anthony on the camera. Thanks for watching Battery of Arms. We'll see you next time.